Okay. So we got another one here. I like saw this and I'm like, what? The thing just barely got announced and people already hate it. Like, what's going on? So I'm like, okay, let's look at this one too, because it's same subject. So
So in case you guys have been living under a rock, the Nintendo Switch 2 has been revealed. It was already leaked anyway, didn't really bother me too much. It's great to see the Nintendo Switch. It's broke YouTube, by the way. Couldn't even keep up with the amount of likes. A lot of people like this, but where there's a lot of love, there's also a lot of hate. Some of the complaints that I'm seeing already are belittling the design without even giving it a test themselves. Complaining the connector to the
then Switch 2 already has a critical defect. The connector with the thickness of a credit card holds your Joy-Cons. Imagine snapping this in half while drifting in Mario Kart. In what scenario would you snap it, though? Like, I feel like if you're that worried that you're gonna break the thing, I think that's a sign that you need to just be more gentle with your things. No? Because, like, if you're literally using it, gripping it so, like, even with the way the Switch is now, like, if you're putting it in, like, you need to, like, be, like, literally bending this thing in order to snap it, no? If you're doing that, like, I feel like that's just a sign you need to just be more gentle.
control pads. A critical defect. Complaining this is going to ruin the Switch 2 on
Switch 2 will break these things day one. I mean, like, it's not like it's I feel like you just need to take better care of your things if you're worried about that.
release day. A key failure point. How I quickly all forgot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd really like to see you get your fingers in that gap in the first place. You couldn't snap that if you wanted to, unless you wedged in a blade or something. Like
yeah,
that
you literally
connector
can't put
is
your finger in
attached
there.
inside and would take a decent bit of force that you won't be able to get your hands in there anyway. An unnecessary complaint among people just generally saying the Switch 2 sucks in design, no innovation. What happened?
The name Switch 2 sucks. This is the innovative Well, the thing for those of you dying for soul and innovation with a unique name that doesn't have a number. Wait, why are people complaining about it being called Switch 2? Have we not been calling it Switch 2 since before the thing's conception? Why are people complaining that this is the official name? Like, people are gonna keep calling it Switch 2 regardless of what it was gonna be called. And, like, that's such an inconsequential thing to the actual console. What? I'm so confused. This is the least innovative console ever. I mean, the Switch itself is still innovative. Like, there is no other console like it. So, like, why does it need further innovation? Like, at this point, it's really just quality of life stuff.
To Nintendo taking risks. Not excited at all. What, Nintendo taking risks? I mean, there's a game here called Mario Kart 8. No risky names, it's just Mario Kart 8. You know what you're getting with Nintendo. People are also complaining about the price of the Nintendo Switch 2. I think it's $500 with that Mario Kart game that's being advertised with it. Someone here saying they reveal the Switch 2. The first thing they show is you can play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Again, groundbreaking. Again, there's no indication this is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
That is literally just not true. Yeah, like that I feel like you don't even need to look deep into the trailer to realize that. Like, it's clearly not Mario Kart 8. The thing is completely different. They have like completely different carts and completely different tracks. I don't think the track that they showed in the trailer was in Mario Kart 8.
There are details in the footage that appear to be new. They are not found in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There's no verified information yet, but the price, obviously, $500 with that.
Obviously,
it is quite high, higher than the OLED. So I guess we'll have to see what it offers for that price. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There's no verified information yet, but the price, obviously, $500 with that. It is quite high, higher than the OLED. So I guess we'll have to see what it offers.
I mean, honestly, I think $500 is a fair price, personally.
For that price increase, but I think it's $450 without the Mario Kart. So Switch 2 finally revealed, and people were really thinking Mario Kart 9 was going to be on the levels of Gran Turismo Sport on PS4 Pro. It's Mario. It's always going to have that cartoony vibe. The difference between Mario Kart 8 and 9, you probably won't see that much difference. Hopefully there's just more to do in the game. But graphics wise, even with the Switch increasing its power that much, it'll probably run smoother, but in terms of quality, graphic quality, it won't be that much difference. And that's fine, it's Nintendo. It's all about the fun with Nintendo. But prices go up anyway in general as the years go by, so $500 may seem steep now, but the tech in it may justify that. And Nintendo prices are always steep anyway, hard to get any offers on them, so just seems like another reason to hate for no reason right now. Just wait until it comes out, wait till we get more information. But mostly it's about...
I don't really like that idea, that we should just wait until something comes out before we give thoughts. Because, like, there is a thing to giving a proper first impression, and I feel like we are allowed to form opinions based on what that first impression was. I don't really like the idea of, oh, just wait until it comes out and then judge it. Like, no. The whole point of a trailer is so a consumer can judge it and decide whether they are going to get the thing or not. Like, you can't blame someone for having an opinion about something when we've seen one trailer, because that is the whole point. You're supposed to be building your opinion based on the trailer. That's the whole point of a trailer, is to ideally convince someone convince someone to get the product.
About the design, Nintendo Switch 2, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2. Of course, this pretty much explains it. If you don't know what Super Saiyan is, looking at these two forms, you'd think there's not much difference, but if you know, you know. If you watched the Cell games, you knew the difference between Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2. It's no joke. Someone mentioned it should be the difference between Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 3 given the new technology in it, but there's your innovation right there. I like the sleek design behind this. Nintendo Switch 2, I'm fine with the name. I've always been fine with simplistic names. If anybody liked PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, you've got no reason to complain about Switch 2. It's not exactly going the Xbox route, is it? And I don't think there'll be any problems with this. No key failure point at all. Leave me a comment. What do you think about the Switch design? What do you think about the sleek design? What do you think about the simplistic name and the release date? Are you excited for this? I know the leaks came out, spoiled it for some people, but you got your heart on it, you'll still get it. I've gotten a hold of the Switch 2 and I have to say this is the worst product Nintendo has ever dared to produce. Literally no games are in it and I can't even change my menu to color blue. I mean, this is just trolling, but it's probably going to be people out there as serious as this, given the amount of complaints they're already given about the design and the technology. Truly sorry, y'all. I'm going to be a Switch 2 hater. I'll try to stay quiet, but you're not, because you need the clicks. I don't want to ruin the mood for other people. You're not going to. If you're not excited, that's your problem. It's just like going off the trailer to movies and you say the film sucks before you've even watched it. How can your opinion be valid if you haven't even given it a try? But there we go.
Well, I mean, I feel like again, I feel like if the company promoting the product doesn't do a good job of showing what, or like showing anything impressive in the trailer, then I feel like people have a right to call them out on it and be like, hey, this doesn't look good right now. Now, I don't think people should just immediately write something off as a failure based on one trailer, but I think being able to form an opinion based on one trailer is fair. Like, you can say, yeah, this thing doesn't look good right now, but if something else comes out and they're like, and it's proven to be a lot better than the initial thought, then it's like, okay, I was wrong, and move on.
We go. Switch 2. It's coming. April.
Yeah, I definitely think that it can't. I don't. I feel like I realize that there's not a design for the home button. There isn't? I mean, am I delusional? Still not a Pretendo fan just because that guy from the video gets snippy at the end tells me they are forcing the buyer to accept it as is. I don't know what that's in reference to. I mean, obviously it's not doing a lot different from the original Switch, but I feel like they don't really have to. Like, I've been saying this from, like, the beginning of the discussion. It's like, the Switch 2 doesn't need to do anything innovative. Like, the Switch 1 already did all the innovative stuff. All they really need to do is just, refine and just update the hardware. Like, refine the design, update the hardware. That's all they need to do. And as far as I'm seeing, that's exactly what they're doing. I feel like the people expecting a, like, completely new console with, like, new ideas and whatnot, like, those type of people were always going to be disappointed. Because, like, I think Nintendo made the perfect console with Switch. Like, they did something that no other game company has done. They've established themselves, or as they've established their console brand completely now in the modern era. And I don't see a need for them to deviate from that. Psychological challenge that those who don't agree are wrong. I always suspect anyone trying to tell me I either accept it or I am a bad person. Well, I mean, the thing is, two things can be true at once. Like, you can say something is bad, but still acknowledge that there are some good aspects about it. I think I thought there was no design because I saw a blank button under the home button. Fair enough. That was probably the screen capture button, like on the OG. Man, is nobody playing Anarchy Series today? What's going on? Agree with you don't like the ending statement of that video. Yeah. It's like the whole point of a trailer is so people can see the product and decide whether they are going to buy the thing or not. And it's like I absolutely despise people that are like, oh, just wait till the thing comes out and then decide. Like, No, because that's going to require me to spend money, a resource that is kind of scarce. Like, I'm not gonna spend my hard-earned money on something if it doesn't look good in the trailer. It's the company's job to make the product look like something worth buying, and if it doesn't look like something worth buying, no one's gonna buy it. That's just how, that's the whole point of a trailer. Like, I will say I don't think it's fair to just be dead set on something being bad based on one trailer. But again, first impression can just be like, oh yeah, this thing is bad, I'm not gonna get it. But then later on, you might find out, oh no, this thing is actually a lot better than we thought, and then you'd be like, oh okay, then I'll get it now. Like, I feel like it's just a matter of balance. Like, it's not a black and white scenario. Like I said, two things can be true at once. Like, you can hate something on, like, the initial look, but then later on you can be like, oh yeah, this thing wasn't actually that bad. One should always research before buying. I went from Dreamcast to Xbox 360, and PlayStation 4 because of Spider-Man, and then Shenmue 1 through 3 series. If Spider-Man was a bust, I would not have bought a PS4. Yeah, like, again, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, like, this thing could look bad now, but don't knock it in the future. Because yes, it is just only one trailer. You can judge it based off the one trailer, but you should also be aware that judgment that you make could possibly not be accurate to the actual product. But that's why you research and look at what other people are saying, or like other people that have actually gotten the thing are saying. I mean, like, regardless of whether I think the thing looks good or bad, like for me specifically, it's not gonna matter, because I'm gonna get it regardless, because it's my job. But, you know, that's why you wait for people like me to already look at the thing and say what we think, so you can make a proper judgment call on whether to get it for yourself.